Hello, very good evening. I'm Dr. Zeeshan and Maya in a minute video. Another very cool tip we like to share is about the shelf button. Now, a shelf is a very common place where you can create lots of tools or some of the basic tools already available that we use regularly. But lots of newbies do understand that you can actually create your own shelf. So for example, if I go into shelf option here and go into my new shelf, it gives me, for example, test, or if I'm doing, for example, modeling, or I can use poly, whatever name I want, I can click on that poly, and now I have my own custom shelf available, and I can stack any number of tools I want here. For example, I want to go into create polygons, and I know 90% I would be using sphere, so all I need to do is press Ctrl Shift and click on this tool, and that tool would be visible on my shelf. As simple as that. So if I can, and I can do that with any tool within Maya. So I can go into create polygon, Control Shift, while holding the Control Shift on your keyboard, press click on this tool, and that tool will basically be available. If you click it twice, it is already there. Now you need to remove it. I can go into edit shelf, but for now I can just simply click on middle mouse, and for here, and there was a delete option in previous version. There was a dustbin here on which I can drop, but now I guess I can just simply right click on delete, that tool is gone. Similarly, I can say, okay, these are the two options I'm going to use. Then I'm going to maybe use create curve, EP curve tool, certain points, and that is there. Then I can go into, for example, mesh tool. Then I said this extrude I will be using, and I would be using most commonly bevel, merge. These are the three most common tools that I use. Then I go into mesh tools. I would be using, for example, insert edge loop tool, make hole tool, and multi-cut tool. These are tools that I will be using. Then in the sculpting, sculpt tool, and maybe usually grab tool, and then smooth tool. These are the tools that I would be using. Finally, if I go into UVs, I would be using, for example, automatic mapping, and then within the UVs I can go back into, for example, create a planar mapping, and that's it. Right, so this gives me my own custom tools that I would be using regularly. Now I don't have to search for them within the menus. And similarly, you can create any number of shelves and delete all of them, create them, and you can edit them. Right click, edit them if you want, or just simply delete if you have an incorrect, and you have your own shelf that you would be using regularly. This is 1 minute in Maya. I'm Dr. Zeeshan. Thank you very much. See you around. Fi Amanullah.